Welcome back. You're on KTN News Desk. I'm seated this side of the studio because we're going to have our afternoon business chat, the first one this year. But before that, local coffee shop operator At Cafe has confirmed the acquisition of Dorman's coffee shops across the country. In a joint venture type acquisition, At Cafe will operate specific which will continue to operate under the Dorman's brand. In the deal, which both companies did not confirm its worth, At Cafe will embark on an operational development planning process that will involve the redesigning of Dorman's outlets, refreshing of the menu and upgrading the decor and customer experience. The move is seen as a strategic and to maintain the core clientele in the lower middle class market, while At Cafe continues to target its core upper middle class segment. Both companies did not disclose if there is a revenue sharing agreement in the new deal. As part of the expansion strategy, At Cafe plans to open 250-seater restaurant at the Oval, new commercial complex in Nairobi, as well as the Dorman's coffee shop in the same building. Away from restaurants and coffee, and consumer information has been key in the banking world. Creditworthiness is based on what kind of information institutions that lend have on you. And today we look at how companies are trying to get to a place where this information is reliable and accurate. And there is an innovative product that has come up courtesy of CompuLinks. It's called e-verification, and basically it ties the lender and the borrower in a information base that is more accurate. I'm talking about the e-verification product or software that has been launched by CompuLinks. And Sailesh Savani, who is the CompuLinks CEO, is with me. Sailesh, karibu sana. And you, like I said, you're the first interviewee this year, so I mean, that's something special, right?
Shukr sana.
Tell me about e-verification. How exactly does that work?
It is basically a KYC solution,
right,
which basically enhances the KYC process for bankers.
Right.
It means that until now, bankers are gathering your ID or your passport and other details,
right,
and your other demographic details. But from now on, the banks that will embrace this solution will now also take your biometric credentials. So all your 10 fingerprints are actually stored on the bank's database as part of your customer profile.
So if I walk into my bank, I do not need my card, I do not need my ID, I just need to show my fingerprint.
Absolutely. So basically, one is to identify you and then to let you do transactions with the bank.
Right. How are the local institutions taking this up?
It's something new for Kenya,
right,
and we've started this in Uganda.
Right.
Uganda is hot. I mean,
right,
banks are really responding to this pretty
right
well, primarily because there is no reliable identification method in Uganda.
Right. Sailesh, just this week we covered a story regarding mobile banking, and we had so many defaulters, you know, to the tune of 140,000 people who defaulted their loans on a local platform. How does this help? How does this help the banker? What sort of securities that does it place, you know, for them?
See, this system is primarily not on the mobile platform right now,
right,
but that's where it will extrapolate, really.
Right.
As mobile devices become biometric enabled, right now I think there's only one or two manufacturers who are enabling their mobile devices with biometrics.
Right.
But as mobile devices become cheaper with a biometric device on it, I think it's a matter of time.
Is this going to be the death of ATM cards?
Not really. I
right,
think they complement each other, because a card is something that is also a device or a method of transacting with a bank.
Right.
This becomes another method, and of course, cards are to go in a few years to come,
right,
but they'll still be here for a while.
Right. In a minute or less, 3 billion company in 3 years. How is that going for you?
We are still on track. Last year was not the best year. I mean, I'm saying on camera,
right,
but it was a slow year for us. There were several excuses for not doing well, doing well, but we're still on track. It's now 3 billion in the next 2 years.
Right.
Yeah.
How is the local software market warming up to local innovators like yourself?
I think I've said this earlier. The government is the biggest spender,
right,
and the good thing that is happening in the current government is that the government is really warming up to local companies.
Right.
They're really changing the laws, the procurement laws, which is reducing the thresholds,
right,
and it means that local companies will become eligible,
right,
to participate in local tenders,
right,
and it means that our innovation will be visible in larger spaces like government applications.
Right.
So as the private sector has always been the biggest uptaker of local products. Now if the government starts buying local products and securing local companies, then I think we've won the game.
My director tells me you're out of time. Sailesh Savani, CEO, CompuLinks, many thanks. I'm looking forward to try out that particular innovation. I hope my bank has it.
Pleasure to be here.